Hi, my name is Kristi Rossouw. I'm the Deputy Principal at Floriat Primary. Currently, I'm the Acting Principal and I'm a teacher at heart. When I did the Design Thinking course, if I think back to that, before that, I was a teacher that loved organized chaos. But I think after that, it gave me a scaffold or a structure to follow. One of the things that I learned there, and it will never leave me, is follow the process, trust the process. I brought that back into the classroom. I think that's one of the key things, is to have a process and then to move through it with the children. What I loved about the course was that every activity I brought back, it could work under certain parameters. I had the Science Expo learners that were working towards the Cape Town Science Expo. I followed the design thinking process through with them as the scientific process. I think different parts of the process definitely are prone to working in different settings. One of my observations is that children struggle with intellectual resilience. Our children have got huge amounts of resilience. The context around them that's not in their control is challenging. What the problem-solving activities do is it helps the children to stick with the problem, even though they don't know the answer. That whole thing of trusting the process and allowing yourself to feel uncomfortable while you are working this out. So I think in the classroom, if you can reflect on those and we can debrief on those, they almost breathe out. And then that grows their resilience for the next time. The design thinking method has got a lot of characteristics of holistic teaching and interactive teaching. The school garden, that has been led by a group of teachers, but it's also been led by children who had no idea about gardening and about running a garden. They were led in the process, but they were an active part of it. And I think design thinking gets everybody in the room to be active. And that's one of the beauties of the method and of the process and of the philosophy. When you look around, you see there are variety of aviation-based things, drones, 3D printing, imaging. There's a variety of 21st century sort of digitized learning. We talk about STREAM as opposed to STEM. So the S being science, the T being technology, the R being robotics, the E being engineering, the A being aviation, and the M being maths. When we have acronyms, there's always going to be a limitation to any acronym, right? There's always going to be a plus involved. As a primary school, it's our responsibility to make sure that we offer as many opportunities to the children. And so art with science, maths with aviation, engineering with robotics, when you incorporate things together, I think children get authentic learning. One of the benefits of the acronyms, whether you call it STEAM or STEM or STREAM, is that it tries to break down the silos between subjects so that children can start to see that learning can take place across subjects, and that subjects are just vehicles for children to learn skills and values and attitudes of how to be good people and how to make changes in the world.